Yeah, 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 yeah,
Native American. When I say that, does this come to mind?
Tell me about your story. Was there blood, sweat, or tears? Maybe there was some glory over your last 100 years. Within their
Now
homeland,
fast forward to this
they
century.
were
Is this what you
a
see?
powerful people, a powerful prayer. See the strength, feel the pride. One with nature, nothing to hide.
One of the most impactful stereotypes facing Native Americans is their abuse of alcohol.
It's not a stereotype. It's a damp reality. I mean, Native Americans have an epidemic rate of alcoholism. I'm an alcoholic, recovering. My father was an alcoholic. My big brother's an alcoholic. One of my little sisters an alcoholic. My mom's a recovering alcoholic. Every single one of my cousins is a drinker. All of my aunts and uncles were drinkers. Some of them have quit. Some of them never did. My classmates, 3 have died in alcoholic-related accidents. My brother has had 5 best friends die in alcohol-related accidents. And we're not atypical.
In fact, about 32% of Native Americans on reservation consume alcohol on a day-to-day basis. 12% of the deaths among Native Americans are alcohol-related.
It's medication. Trying to take away the pain. And in a way, it has substituted for cultural ways of dealing with the pain. So instead of singing, we're drinking. My father often said, I drink because I'm Indian, which, is the saddest thing imaginable.
Why did you drink?
Because I'm Indian.
Another common stereotype is that all Native Americans live on a reservation.
We didn't make reservations. The military, the U.S. military and government made reservations, and it was a place where we were supposed to be concentrated and die and disappear. It wasn't until much later when the U.S. government realized that relocation, taking us out of, highly concentrated ethnic communities, was the way to dissipate us.
This is a stereotype that Alexie plays with a lot in his writing, as some of his stories talk specifically about Native Americans that live off the reservation and their struggle with identity in the dominant culture.
It's almost 70% of natives live off the reservation.
Examples of this include attending college, participating in non-cultural binding relationships, and contributing to society as a whole. Thanks to the many stereotypes given to the Native American people, the dominant culture now holds a specific depiction of Native Americans that does not quite accurately represent the culture.
American history is flooded with the ideas of colonialism, always praising the brave, heroic white man and the sacrifices they made for their discoveries. Chapters upon chapters of our books glorify their conquest, but at what cost is only marginally significant at best.
I've never been to Mount Rushmore. It's just too silly. Even now as I write this, I'm thinking about the t-shirt that has 4 presidential faces on the front and 4 bare asses on the back. Don't get me wrong, I love my country, but epic sculpture just leaves me blinking with dry-eyed boredom, thinking that I'd much rather commemorate other presidents. Let's honor JFK's whoring and drinking, or the 13 duels Andrew Jackson fought to defend his wife's honor. Why don't we sculpt that? Who's on that damn Rushmore anyway? Is it McKinley, Arthur, Garfield, and Lincoln? And yes, I know there's a rival sculpture of Crazy Horse, but the side of that one is ball shrinking because Crazy Horse never allowed his image to be captured. So which sculptor do you think he'd now attack? I've never been to Mount Rushmore. It's just too silly.
We seem to forget a culture almost completely wiped out by genocide for our own selfish wants. Headdresses, once reserved for the most influential amongst the tribe, are now more popular, geared with skimpy, revealing clothing, or accessories to music festivals. Gone are the acts of bravery or sacrifice, bloodshed and people lost. Somewhere along the way, our culture has incorrectly, ignorantly, and even romanticized Native American culture.
Hey,